Hey guys, happy, blessed Tuesday. I think today is Tuesday or whatever day it is that you are watching this video. My name is Dr. Patrice Carter, and I am the president and CEO of Breakpoint Coaching Collective, LLC, where I help coaches, speakers, authors, and executives who want to package their expertise into digital courses do so with my done with you services and done for you services. And today, I wanted to come today and just talk with you guys about why you need to join my webinar that's coming up. So, did you know that I was hosting a webinar? I have a feeling that maybe some of you don't, some of you do, but all of you should. Okay. So I wanted to come and just share that today and tell you why you should. So I'm hosting a webinar on Tuesday, November 28th. So get your calendars out. I'm going to give you a minute, grab your phone and mark your calendar for Tuesday, November 28th. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday, November 28th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm hosting a Digital Course Creation 101 webinar. And that webinar is going to be fire. Okay. I just put the details in the comments along with all the information where you can go register on Eventbrite and that type of thing. But I want to tell you today why you should come to the webinar, why you should join me. And I was challenged by a fellow baddie, a fellow boss. Her name is Amber the Activator over on LinkedIn. And she did a post last week saying that as a brand, we should be able to tell our clients and potential clients, yeah, come on, Tiffany, come on. It's going to be virtual. Hey, boo. Hey, Garlinda, thanks for the cool office. But Amber challenged bosses and brands with this. She said, what does your brand offer beyond the tea? She said, we all love tea, which is true. I love tea in the natural. I love tea in the spiritual. I love actual physical tea and coffee. But she said, thank you so much, Garlinda. She said that we should be able to explain our offer and our brand beyond just the tea. So that's what I want to do today. I want to tell you why you need to be at my webinar. The first thing is that at my webinar, and also just working with me, period, you're going to get a ton of support. Why is that important? Well, as I'm out here in these digital course creation mentoring streets, I'm meeting a lot of fellow business bosses, coaches, speakers, authors, executives who want to lean into digital courses, but they need support. They need support as it relates to understanding which platform to choose, understanding which course they need to start with, understanding just how to go through the entire process from start to finish with a completed course and getting it out to the masses. So in that, my done with you service and done for you service, I'll offer you total and complete support from start to finish, even making the decision around why this is significant and important. So I'll talk about that in some of my other videos, that if you are a female coach, life coach in any capacity, business coach, etc., if you are a speaker, an author, an executive, you have gold. You have knowledge and information that people want and will pay a premium price to exact from your brain into their atmosphere. And so you have so much expertise that sometimes I feel we take for granted that people really need to tap into, and they want to tap into it. And then one of the other things that I support you in doing is helping you to understand the importance of putting that digital course out into your client's sphere so that you can gain your time back, so that you don't have to work so hard, so that you can begin to work with ease. A lot of us have put in a lot of work for a lot of years. I've been doing this for 14 years. I have been in business, an entrepreneur for 14 years, going on 15 years. And we put in a lot of work. So it's time that we began to make these businesses work for us. And that is the type of support that me and my team offer. Me and my team is me and my husband, my business bestie, one of my business besties, the main business bestie is Jesus, and then him, and then all the others of you. But me and Dalton together, he is a videographer and a filmmaker, work together to only help you craft your course, but then we help you to digitize it by putting it into an online digital platform. But also done for you services include us shooting your videos. But more about that during the webinar. The next thing that I offer is clarity. Okay, this is another reason why you should join my webinar. I offer clarity. As your mentor, I help you gain clarity about what course you need to start with. So I had a discovery session last week with a dream client. Secret, everyone's my dream client. You're all my dream clients. And one of the things that she was torn about was she had 3 different courses that she was considering, and she was like, I don't know which one to start with. And so I helped her just sort of brainstorm around that. What is your audience asking for? What is the majority of your audience coming to you about, tapping into when you post on social media, messaging you, DMing you for information regarding where do you see the greatest pull? NOBTW, have you polled your audience? And so when we talked through those things, and she had an understanding about the 3 specific courses she wanted to offer, what came up for me is one of them was a mini course, one is a medium-sized course, and one is a signature course. And I'm all about the signature course. I think that you should get the biggest bang for your buck. And I think it's very important that, but regardless of that, I'm all about it, but that may not mean that that's the best choice for you. So we talked through that process of, should you launch with a miniature course? Should you launch with a medium-sized course or a max course? A signature course. So that clarity is important. And then once we decide on the course, that you should lean into, then from there we help you decide how to go about forming that course, framing that course, and formatting it so that it is in a format that your clients can feed off of, can glean from, can lean into in a way that helps them to not only start the course, but finish the course. Okay. And so tonight, just as an aside, I'm going live tonight to talk about how to keep your clients engaged, your students engaged when you launch a digital course. Student engagement is critical, as well as student completion. Okay. So you don't want to go to college and don't finish. No one wants to get somebody in a course and they don't get to the end. So I'm going to talk about that tonight, but back to why you should be here in this webinar with me. So we talked about the fact that I offer awesome support, me and my team, and to help you gain a lot of clarity, which is really key. So because knowing the right thing to do at the right time is critical. The Bible says, and all that getting, get understanding. And I remember being in a business class, because I'm a business major at Fayetteville State. Shout out to all the Broncos. Can I get an attitude check? So if you're a Bronco, you know what to do in the comments. So I remember sitting in business class, and Dr. Sauls said that there were 2 things he was teaching us that day: efficiency and effectiveness. And efficiency is doing things the right way. I feel like he said effectiveness, and that was knowing the right timing. So timing, doing the right thing at the right time and the right moment is very critical. All right. So the third thing that I offer is community. Okay. So community is really key also, because I believe that as a coach, I'm also a board certified Christian life coach. I'm also a motivational speaker. I'm an author of several books, as well as a textbook that goes along with my Done With You Services and Done For You Services course, Grow Your Wealth, a digital course creation textbook. It can be isolating. We can be out here and really feel that as entrepreneurs. Anybody feel that with me? Raise your hand if you do. That it can be very isolating at times to be an entrepreneur, and even being a course creator. Even though I'm leading other people through my course, I don't meet a lot of mentors like me. I meet a lot of coaches, but regardless, somewhere in our entrepreneurial journey, it can feel like we're alone. Okay, so I think that community is very critical. And so one of the tenets that we establish in your course is helping you to develop your membership group within your course, so that not only do you have community with your students have community with each other, and that will help them to matriculate through your program successfully. Take it from me, I know. Okay, so I've been doing courses for 7 years plus years, and it's very important that we build and structure in community, and that even as we're creating a course out of our expertise, that we have community support in doing that as well. Your community is going to inform you in terms of what they want in a course, and then community working with us, we're going to help you develop your community, and we're going to create and be a community for you as a fellow coach, speaker, author, or executive who wants us to build your course with you and for you. Again, still talking about why you should come to my webinar on when? November 28th, Tuesday, November 28th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. It is a paid webinar. It's $47, and it's going to be the best $47 you ever invested. I started to say spent, but you're not spending it, you're investing it. And you're investing it not in me, but in you. But I'll tell you that I'm fertile soil, so you're going to get a return on your investment. All right, it's guaranteed. The next thing you get in working with me and serving us and coming on the webinar, allowing us to serve you, I should say, is you're going to get accountability. I'm all about accountability. So I don't know if you know this or not, but I am prior military. That means that there is no man getting left behind. So that is one of the oaths that we take. I took an oath of office. I am Captain Patrice J. Carter, 7236 Medical Support Unit, Army Reserves. Can I get a hoo-ah? So shout out to all my fellow military personnel. Thank you for your service. But that said, we don't leave anybody behind. And that is my mantra, no man left behind. So accountability is key. So if you start with me, we're going to finish. We're getting to the finish line together, and you're going to get to the finish line with a completed course, with a complete package, ready to launch, ready to go. Not only are you going to get a complete package, you're going to get a complete marketing plan, a mission and vision statement. You're going to have a complete understanding of your pricing and of your target market, your ideal target market. And you may even have a bonus or two, i.e. launching a speaking career or taking that book and turning it into a textbook for your course. Okay, so you're going to also get some sleep. So I'm going to hold you accountable, because now that we're working smarter, not harder, you're going to get caught up on your sleep. You're going to be able to take time for self-care, have time with your family, but you can only do that with accountability, starting and finishing together. All right. And then the last thing that, well, not the last thing, but the final thing that I want to touch on here, because there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things I want to share with you as far as why you should join my webinar. The last thing is partnership. So I partner with you. I think that is very important, because I know for me, one word that comes up for me when I think about partnering with anybody is safety. I want to feel safe with that person. I want to feel safe that I have invested wisely, that they're not going to take my money and run off. So I'm not going to take your money and leave and you never hear from me again. That they have integrity and they're going to do what they say they're going to do. I have integrity. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. And I have a track record of it. And if I can't, then I will make it work, because the Bible says if anybody's going to take an L, it should be you, not your client. Okay. So I don't give out L's. We only do W's over here, only do wins. But partnership is key, because Amos, also the book of Amos, I think it's around the 3rd chapter, says, how can two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? So it's very important that we partner. So whenever I work with a client, if I'm doing a course with them or for them, their course becomes my course. Their mission is my mission. And their success is my focus, my main focus. So partnering to their success, partnering to the satisfaction of them being satisfied with the course that we've developed. And we're constantly touching in on that. So, hey guys, hey Aaliyah, I'm so glad you're here. Hey Sonia Northern, happy belated birthday. Tiffany, tell me if you're still here. You said, I don't know where, but I know I want to be there. So, okay. Also, where the little pin, it's going to be on Zoom. It's online. I think it says online, but it's online and it's going to be on Zoom. So when you register, you'll receive a Zoom link. Thank you for asking. I'll give further details at the end. But this is me telling you why you need to be at my webinar. Okay. So I'll give you all the logistics at the end. All right. The other thing is, as I've been having discovery sessions, shout out to all of the amazing bosses that have said yes to letting me have discussions with you. I've been working in the DMs, just meeting fellow business bosses and besties, new besties, and saying, hey, can we just meet and let me hear what you have going on? Let me share what I have going on. And it has been phenomenal. So that said, one of the things that has come up as a repeating pattern is God has called a lot of you to begin working digitally. And I'm reminded of a webinar that I took some years ago by a gentleman named Doug Addison. He's a prophet who's very active over on Instagram. And one of the things that he prophesied, 2 things, is that God was beginning to move in the digital space, in the coaching realm and in the digital space. And that we needed to get ahead of the curve and ahead of the game, if you will, for lack of a better word, get ahead, quantum acceleration, meaning that we get out ahead. So quantum acceleration is exemplified in the Bible when Elijah ran 40-day journey ahead of Ahab. He beat Ahab to a specific point because God empowered him supernaturally to get ahead of the enemy. And so God is saying he wants us to get out ahead of the thing that he's called us to do, to get ahead in the marketplace, so that we're not pulling up the rear, but we're positioned to serve the people when the need presents. You don't want to be getting ready. You want to be ready. So that said, some of us, God has placed his call in our life. And so Doug was sharing prophetically that there are those of us that are coaches that are supposed to be creating digital courses. And that is how our wealth is going to get built. And the purpose of that webinar, it was a webinar around growing wealth and getting out of debt. And he was saying that God was going to use our expertise as coaches and digital products to get us out of debt and to grow wealth. So this is about you using, again, your expertise and growing it in transforming your expertise into wealth by way of digital courses. Okay, so are you guys following me? I hope this makes sense. Trying to articulate it. I'm excited. So I'm trying to bring myself down. But I'm just really passionate about this subject. I love what I do. All right. So I love building with coaches and speakers and authors and execs. I love building courses with them and for them. I just love it. So fun and amazing. All right. So then the other thing that Doug shared was that God is calling some of us as Josephs into the boardrooms. So that means that some of you are visionaries, and God is saying he's going to begin to place visionaries who have a supernatural administrative capacity in corporate spaces. So what this implies to me is that you're going to need to prepare yourself to have products and services and positioning as a subject matter expert to serve the people and serve in the capacity that God is placing you. And I just did a pitch last week to an organization to pitch to provide digital course creation services to entrepreneurs at their organization. So there is also an organizational piece to this, corporate piece to this. Hello, C-suite executives, talking to you. So this is not linear. This is multiplicitous. Okay, so I hope that's a word. I'm a PhD. We can make new words. So multiplicitous. Going, I'm gonna use it I'm using that at the next Scrabble night. I'm killing everybody. I'm taking the whole board. All right. So anyway, the point of what I was saying is why you need to be at my webinar is so that you can answer the call of God on your life. And so I was using those things to lead you to that truth. All right. And then that's if that is what the Lord is saying to you. The next thing is that I want to show you, because I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show receipts, that you actually can make real money while you sleep. So I launched my first course, which is a Christian Life Coach certification course, in 2019, the beginning of 2020, right at the beginning of COVID. And I've shared this multiple times that course grew $20,000. At this point, I think it's like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. You'll see, because we're going to go behind the scenes at the webinar. And that just blew my mind. $20,000 in like 6 months at a $299 course. Okay, $299 course. And all I had to do was just prepare it, set it, market it. So you can't set it and forget it, but you don't have to work as hard at it either, because now you're just sharing the course and sharing about it and expertise, and you're rinsing and repeating. All right. So it becomes a way for you to work with ease and make real money. And so when I say real money, that you're going to make actual sales, you're not going to have to work as hard. But that also implies that you need to price it accordingly. And that's one of the things that we work with and done with you and done for you services, is I help you price your course accurately to sell to your target audience. Okay. And then the other thing is you're going to break through out of the stuck place of starting and stopping without a finished product. Okay. What do I mean by that? So I was listening to, and Elder Sonia, thank you so much for sharing this webinar with your friends and with the young people, those Nicole and Chandra. So I was watching a webinar or a video by Prophetess Tiffany Montgomery. And one of the things that she was talking about is she said, we need to look like our Father. She said, we need to look like our Father, and we need to do what our Father does. And I love that, because that's what Jesus said. He said, I came to do the will of him that sent me. Jesus said, I do what my Father does. What I see my Father do, I say what I hear my Father say. And I'll just say too, he sees what the Father showed him. And so that being, Prophetess Tiffany said, God is an author and he is a finisher. God is an author and he is a finisher. And I have had multiple conversations with course creators, would-be course creators in the form of coaches, speakers, authors, executives who have started a course, but they haven't finished it. And that is, I hate that. I hate to hear that. And that's not from a place of judgment. I just believe that, like our Father, he starts a thing and he finishes it. And she said that we should be like God. We should author a thing and we should finish a thing. And Philippians 1:6 is the scripture that frames that, which says that he who has begun a good work in you shall complete it until the day of Christ Jesus. And so God has given us the ability to get wealth. That's Deuteronomy 8:18. So he's given us the ability to finish. So one of the benefits of working with me, and one of the things I'm going to talk more about in that webinar, is how we start together. We author your course, we develop your course. Even if it's a done with you or done for you service, we are creating your course together and we are finishing that course together, and we finish it in 8 weeks tops. Okay. So there's not this, let's start and we just kind of weave our way through the lily pads. Like, we're going to start and finish. Hey, Michelle, Coach Michelle Anika, good to see you. Greetings and salutations. So that's it. And then activation, we're activating and we're moving on. We're moving forward. We're releasing ourselves out into this marketplace ministry. So if you're just joining me, again, my name is Dr. Patrice Carter, and I'm the president and CEO of Breakpoint Coaching Collective, LLC. And through Breakpoint Coaching Collective, I am a digital course mentor to woman-owned coaching, speaking, authors, and C-suite executives who want to transform their expertise into wealth with digital courses. And I do that with done with you services, done with you course creation, and done for you course creation. And I'm hosting a webinar, Grow Your Wealth with Digital Course Creation 101, happening on Tuesday, November 28th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So for those of you that register early, I'm going to have a surprise drawing. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm also going to have surprise guests. So they're going to be guests that join me who are coaches that I have built courses for, and they're going to come tell you what it was like to work with me, how having a digital course has changed the trajectory of their entrepreneurial journey and help them to shift to making wealth with ease, growing wealth with ease. It is happening on Zoom. So when you register, you will get a Zoom link. And if you're just joining, or hey, Coach Sakithia, hello to you. You're so beautiful. If you're just joining me, I want you to go back, hit hashtag replay once you watch the replay. But today I was coming here live just briefly with you to tell you why you should register for my webinar, and letting you know that my brand offers the following: support, clarity, accountability, community, partnership. And more importantly, I feel I help you answer the call of God on your life to begin to shift into digital courses, because there's something that God wants to do with you in that digital course. Of course, he wants to position you, because we're still under that umbrella of what God gave me 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. He's expanding, enlarging, and elevating us. So I'm going to help you answer the call of God in your life. I'm going to show you that you can actually make real money by being a digital course creator. And I'm going to help you break through from the stuck place of starting the course or just ideating it, but not activating and not completing it. That's what you're going to get when you join this webinar. So guys, join me. Please join me. If you're not ready to join, maybe this isn't for you, please share it with a fellow business bestie who is ready. Okay, so I'm going to share the link again and just invite you to share that and to help us grow the kingdom, because that's really what this is about, is us taking accountability and taking that step of faith to do what it is that we're supposed to do here in this earth. So guys, any questions before I wrap up? You guys have any questions for me? Any comments? Let me know. Thank you so much for everyone that has joined. So as we are wrapping up, I'm coming live again tonight at 7. So I go live every week to basically inform, offer value, share resources, tips, expertise for coaches, speakers, authors, and executives around digital course creation. So tonight, what I'm talking about is how to keep your clients engaged. One of the things that a client shared with me is like, when we were doing a discovery session, and she was like, well, what if I start the class, but I don't, people don't finish, or they don't engage. So now someone has paid you good money for this course that you've created, and now they're just out there hanging out in that, out in the stratosphere. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to keep clients engaged through the course process and how to get them to the finish line. And then we're also going to talk about not only keeping them engaged, but what are some of the ways that we do that? And then also, what are some experiences that I've had with clients who just disengage after paying $2,750? All right. So as it relates to that, that is what we're talking about tonight. And I am excited about it. So, guys, please join me. Again, please share the details of the webinar. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. All right. So, God bless you. And I'll see you all tonight at 7 p.m. So, join me again. And let's keep growing and going, as Apostle Dietrich says. All right. Love you.